news today. Startling news for some. The notorious one-time cocaine kingpin of D.C., Rayful Edmond, has been released from a federal prison. Edmond served more than 3 decades of a life sentence, his crimes helping to inspire our City Under Siege coverage in the 1980s. But Edmond has also worked as a government informant, leading in part to his early release. Fox 5's Bob Barnard is live in Northeast D.C. with all the details. Bob?
Hey there, Shamari. Rayful Edmond's base of operations was in this Northeast D.C. neighborhood around 4th and M Street. The Federal Bureau of Prisons today says that Rayful Edmond was released from custody yesterday and transferred to a halfway house. They're not saying where, but the Bureau's Nashville, Tennessee office is now in charge of his case. You're about to hear from a longtime D.C. activist who says he's known Rayful Edmonds for years, and he spoke to him yesterday.
He told me he's going to a halfway house. You know, he didn't say where, but he said he'd get back with me.
I'm back better than ever.
This is video that's been circulating on social media today, purported to be the now 59-year-old Rayful Edmond in an airport, just having been released from prison.
When I spoke to him, he was in the airport, you know, going to get on another plane.
We spoke to Tyrone Parker today. He's a founding member of a D.C.-based organization called Alliance of Concerned Men and has known Rayful Edmond for years, since he became a federal prisoner.
He's doing well. He's happy, as you can almost imagine. It's a miracle that he's home.
Rayful Edmond was arrested at age 24, sentenced in federal court in 1990 to life in prison for basically introducing crack cocaine to D.C., helping the city earn the title the murder capital of the U.S. in the 1980s, convicted of running a criminal enterprise of about 150 people, raking in $300 million a year, responsible for the murders of at least 30 people. Speaking to Fox 5 in prison shortly after his conviction.
From what I've been reading in the newspapers, seeing on the news, Washington, D.C. is worse than it was when we was out on the street, so how could it be us?
But Edmond received another 30-year sentence for dealing massive amounts of drugs from his Pennsylvania prison cell. Now, many years later, his petition to be released from prison early has been granted. Jason Downs has been Edmond's attorney for the past 7 years.
He feels that he has served, and we believe that Mr. Edmond has served and paid his debt to society.
Let's give the man a chance. Yeah, he did some terrible things occur that he was a part of. But we're talking about 33 years ago.
Mr. Parker says Edmond seems remorseful and told him he wants to now give back to the community.
Bob, I'm looking to take help from anybody that I would think they could help to stop the killing. I cannot afford to have selective morality. He's done his 33 years, and he deserves a second chance. And if he can help to save one person, that's good enough for me.
Now, there are many other people who are not happy with today's development. Some of them, frankly, didn't want to go on camera and talk to us. Rayful Edmond was, for a long time, a government informant, and his information helped to put other drug dealers here in D.C. behind bars. And yet, guys, when he left prison, he did not do so under an assumed name or in the Witness Protection Program.
One of D.C.'s most infamous drug kingpins, Rayful Edmond, is dead just months after being released from federal prison. Edmond was sentenced to life in prison in 1990 for running a multi-million-dollar cocaine ring in D.C. that led to so much violence and so many killings. It led to the district being called murder capital of the U.S. Edmond was released from prison and transferred to a halfway house at the end of July after cooperating with the FBI. His cause of death has not yet been released. He was 60 years old.
Just like that, huh?
Man.
What's your thoughts on that, Big Top?
You know, really got mixed feeling. You know, if what they saying is true, you know, I guess that's what it really is. But, you know, in human nature, you know, you're going to be, like, curious as to some things because, you know, 5 months after you just came home, now you're gone. When other people or friends have been out here a little longer and they're still here today, so you know, sometimes it might be a little hard to accept it, you know what I'm saying, but you know, I know a lot of people have mixed feelings about the whole thing, you know what I'm saying? So, but I gotta go with the facts. You know, they said, you know, from what I heard that it's a heart attack, so, you know, I gotta go with that.
Yeah, cardiac arrest.
Yeah, cardiac arrest, yeah, so I gotta go with what the facts say, but, you know, sometimes human nature is gonna make you be curious about things. That's all.
Right. Yeah, he's also in the book, Clandestine Hustle too, also, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Wow, man, just like that, man.
Man, you know, like, you're here today, you gone tomorrow. You know, it's so true. You know, so that's why sometimes, you know, when it happens, you might question things, but you don't control that. You don't control, you know, the life and death.
Wow, man, it's crazy, man. Like you said, been in this 30 years.
33.
33 years.
33 years.
Touchdown, 5 months on the street, out here, you know, amongst the people on the land, you know. Unbelievable, you know. Yeah, man.
But like I said, but if he was here, you know, once he was here, you know, a lot of people, like I said, had mixed feelings, you know, about him getting out anyway, because a lot of things that he did, as far as, you know, everybody knew about it. So a lot of families were hurt and broken by that. So some of them, you know, still hadn't healed from the 80s, you know, so it's 2024, you know, going into the new year. So, you know, and they have a right, because, you know, they had loved ones that were affected, you know, that went to jail for long periods of time, you know, death, you know, and a lot of things, and people lost things. So a lot of things happen, you know. So people never gonna forget that, you know.
That is what it is, man. But moving on, man. What's going on, man? Mr. Sean Carter, man. Mr. Carter, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You know, hopefully, you know, it's not true, because first, you know, you're innocent to be proven guilty. So, you know, I'm gonna stay right there, you know, on the factual side. But I don't know. You know, that's a tough one, you know. I can't put my opinion out there, because I don't want to be wrong and come back later on and somebody tell me, hey, you were wrong. So,
right.
You know, I'm gonna stay like neutral to it, you know, to say, hey, everyone is innocent until they're proven guilty, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what they say.
Right.
That's what they say, man, but they crucify you beforehand. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's what it be, man. And who is this girl? Who is this woman?
If she comes out, I guess we'll find out. That's the thing, you know, that they're probably trying to figure out and push forward, you know, or block. You know, I don't know either side. You know, that's why I say I don't want to speculate within it. You know, I want to stay like neutral, you know, looking from this side until everything develops.
Right.
You know, because it takes time, like you said, when you plant your seed, it takes time for it to grow. So it's still in this growth process. So
yeah, it definitely is that.
Yeah, so
but it's the same thing like on Ray's situation, the speculations,
right?
Know, just the human nature. You know what I mean? So in my mind, once being a youth,
right,
and now being an adult, and using my common sense. When it comes to reality, I ask myself, how does a 13-year-old end up at the VMA Awards, the VMAs? How does she get close to them, or, you know, up to these stars like this? You get what I'm saying? Being a 13-year-old at VMAs, who was she accompanied by? Where was the parents? You get what I'm saying? Where was the parents? Who signed off on this? What? How did you get what I mean?
Right.
Come on, man. You just at that age, you just can't get up on certain people on the street.
That's why I said, you know.
Then you talking about a prestigious event,
right?
And a 13-year-old just managed to maneuver the whole. You know how? What led up to this? How did that happen? You get what I'm saying? This person got to be what? 35, 36 years old.
Right.
Come on, man. It don't add up. I'm like, it's that math.
Right. You know, but the thing, I will be wondering, me, who check IDs to come in?
That's all I'm saying.
Because you gotta get pat down. We don't know who carrying and this and that, and you know, you want to at least show your ID so we know who you are. It's not like we're gonna check everything. It's like, hey, okay, it's valid. All right, next, come on, you know, hey, check, pat down. But I don't know. That's why I said suspicious. And you can say, okay, well, maybe they don't do that at some awards. I don't know. I don't go to the awards. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one that will praise, you know, those people in that lane, you know, so I don't know. It's just suspicious, you know, to have someone that young around all those adults,
right?
No parent,
right?
Just to go with somebody because they're a celebrity. So I don't know. That's why I said it's still growing, and it will come out, you know, and we'll know once that time arrives.
And then I'm asking myself this too: 13-year-old child. Right?
Right.
2 grown-ass men. Right?
Right.
Probably what, in their 30s at the time.
Right, at that time, yeah.
If somebody's trying to physically do something to you, how did you stop that from happening to grown men?
Right.
How did you physically stop that from happening? Or what did you do to stop it from happening? Or did it happen? I'm just confused.
Right.
And curious to know, you know what I mean? Like you said, it's still building up. It's still in its beginning stages.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But goddamn, it's just some shit that just don't add up.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right now, maybe just right now. You know?
Right, just right now. And they said somebody was there on the scene that can verify this, but I don't know why that person didn't, you know, come forward earlier and say something about it. It's just the timing of it. It's like
were they compensated for not saying something about it back then, and just did the compensation stop? Because it's almost seeming like a R. Kelly situation. Like they're trying to make it into that. You get what I'm saying? Because again, where are the parents of these kids?
Like
why the parents ain't getting. You get what I'm saying? Why child protectors, why the parents ain't getting held accountable for this shit? You get what I'm saying? If it's pimping and hoeing going on, or something like that, you know what I mean? Right. It need to be known. And if the parents are pimping the kids and the children for a ticket, and it's not working out, you know how they thought it would work out. Right. You know what I mean? That need to be known. Exposed. You know what I mean? It need to be exposed instead of trying to crucify these men, these women. You feel what I'm saying? Come on, man. You feel me? And all of them are, if you ask me, if they are indulging in activities like that with kids and they compensating these parents, they filthy too, still to me. You know what I mean? I ain't no good neither. You know what I mean? Yeah, but if one side gonna get it, that other side gotta be held accountable too. If that's what it is. That's what that is, man. Yeah, it's just, you feel me? All them slimy, dirty motherfuckers need to be exposed. All of them. All of them. You know. All of them. You know. For real.
And it's just funny how, you know, talk about someone else on a topic like that. Is the Epstein, you know, how, you know, that's suspicious too. You know, he went to jail and then now he's gone, and some of the same allegations, but his is wiped away. But it's still that harm to the people who are still left behind. Right. So that's what they're not talking about anymore. You know, it's like change the channel over here. Hey, let's go over here and do this. So that's why I say I don't know if it's a humiliation ritual that's going on that we don't know right before our face. I don't know. There's so many conspiracies that you could have, but it's just the timing of it, and that's what I want to sit back and let it grow and come out so you will know exactly what's happening. But it's just funny on the time, and even the Rayful situation, 5 months, you know, I understand what they're saying, but it's 5 months after, you know, doing 33 years to come out, and then now you're not here. That's just one to think about.
That's one to think about. You're definitely right. That's one to think about.
That's all.
That's definitely one to think about, but yeah, man, it's getting crazy and crazy, man, as you sit back and watch the movie, you know what I mean? Absolutely.
You know, people know what he did. You know, so of course it was horrible and rotten, but you know, we have to move on, you know, because if you have a life here, you got to pay bills and everything. You can't be obsessed with, you know, what he did. Those who were not involved in it,
Right.
but those who it affected, you know, I can't tell them how they should feel.
And, you know, this man got, he got daughters, man. He got a family, he got
Right.
daughters. You know what I mean? And that's not a good look on him if that person is, you know, coming at him maliciously like that. You know what I mean? And you know, in a deceitful way.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's definitely not. That's not it. And I'm gonna be honest with you. My opinion.
Right.
That's what it seemed like it's been going on. It seemed like once these men hit a certain number. You know what I mean? Once they hit a certain peak or they get involved in certain things or want to get involved in certain things, that's when things start going downhill for them. People start coming out the world and shit start popping up on them. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, and I've been witnessing, it's like every time they hit that $1 billion mark,
Right.
that's when something, you know, it come. I'm just bearing witness, man, in the past, 8 years going on?
Right.
Maybe longer, you know what I mean? But once they hit that billionaire mark and it's known, and they let it be known publicly, oh, man, here it come.
Wow.
Here it come.
Wow. You know
what I mean?
You know, you could say Kanye West, you know, it's a difference. It's not there, but it's like they come after you.
Billion. He hit $1 billion.
That's what
billion mark.
Hey, they come after you. You know, I can't. That's why I said I don't really
No,
know.
see,
Yeah.
he was hit that $1 billion mark with that the alcohol and everything else. He that $1 billion
Right.
mark.
Yeah, maybe you could buy and change.
Bill.
Yeah.
You know, he been on that month, but he tried to get the network. See, when you start trying to buy out your... Listen, it's like this. Once you get involved with something and they get you there, and whatever it is gets you there, and it gets your family ahead in a better position than it was, those certain entities want you to stay right there. Once you try to go off and try to do your own thing, duplicate what they just showed you and taught you, you wasn't even involved in it at first. But once you try to duplicate and take what they showed you after 10 years and you done made money, you try to duplicate it and go do your own thing, now you're gonna run into a problem. You're gonna run into a problem.
Right.
Definitely. You know what I mean? It just is what it is, man. It is what it is, man. And we got something very special coming up for y'all 2025, man. Beginning of the year, man. We got a dirt bike and ATV giveaway coming up for y'all, man. So as soon as we get our followers and subscribers up to 1,000, man, that's all we need, and we're gonna kick it off for 2025, man.
Don't be sitting there. Do something, man. Subscribe right now. The boss said so. Get that. Get that. Get that. Brah, brah.